Hello and welcome. I'm Scott Dennis.
And I'm Haley Wilkes. Thank you for joining us. Topping our news at this hour, a company's operation at Port Manatee is shut down after two sulfate fires sparked just 10 days apart.
5 people are recovering after being hospitalized during the latest fire last night. ABC 7's Jess Dowdrick joins us live from Port Manatee to explain what's causing these fires and what the company responsible is doing now to prevent more of them. Jess?
Good evening, Haley and Scott. This big yellow mound behind me is sulfate, and this is where these fires keep happening. Fire crews say when sulfate dust gets dry that it can easily spark a fire, and with the dry conditions that we've been experiencing so far this season, these fires are getting out of control. A spark from a piece of equipment is being blamed for the fire that erupted on a sulfate pile at Port Manatee Wednesday night.
We had a similar incident about 2 weeks ago.
10 days earlier, sulfate dust also created another fire that engulfed a truck in the same location. Fire crews say it's not the sulfate itself, but instead the dust from the product that can easily catch fire.
If it's in a wet slurry, it's very stable, it's very safe. Once it becomes dry, the friction from a dump truck or a tractor can start a small fire.
Luckily, both of these fires were quickly contained and posed no health threats to the community. 5 people were hospitalized Wednesday night, most suffering inhalation issues.
I want to say those folks were treated and released probably before we finished what we were doing.
There's some concern at Port Manatee about whether these fires will keep reoccurring. The company that leases the land from the port, Logistex Corporation, ensures it won't, as they plan to change several safety procedures.
The company itself is conducting an extensive safety review and is meeting with the appropriate authorities at the moment, and they will implement measures to ensure that an incident does not happen again.
Logistex executives say health, safety, and the environment are their top priorities, so they've shut down the operation until changes are made. They plan to no longer use machinery to handle the product, but instead do it by hand. They also plan to install a sprinkler system. Fire crews say the dry season is contributing to the issues.
Their process is to keep the slurry on the loading docks where the dust accumulates fairly wet, and they do that on an hourly basis. More than likely what we suggested to them and what I think they're going to do now is instead of running that water truck around by the hour, they're going to do it probably every half hour to every 45 minutes to keep that stuff wet. They don't want this to happen again. We don't want it to happen again.
Port Manatee officials say they will be monitoring the situation to make sure that these changes are made, but they said they are confident that they will be. Reporting live at Port Manatee, Jess Dowdrick, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Thank you, Jess. With a little more than a month to go until hurricane season begins, officials in Manatee County are looking to prepare businesses for the worst. The Manatee County Business Recovery Expo was held today at Manatee Technical College. Officials from the Manatee County Economic Development Division, Emergency Management, and some other groups were on hand to discuss the dangers of hurricane season and how best to prepare.
We can hand out 1 million bottles of water and clear the roads, but if people can't get back to work, restaurants can't hand out food, shops can't be open, people not being employed, we're going to die as a community. We want to get businesses back up on their feet as fast as possible.
Hurricane season begins June 1st and runs through November 30th. Emergency management officials say employers should start creating plans now and begin talking with employees about what they will do in case a hurricane hits the Suncoast, which of course we do a lot of that in preparation for hurricane season here.
Absolutely. And one of the other presenters today at that event was Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan. Bob?
Yeah, and another interesting stat coming out of that is that when a major hurricane hits a community, 4 out of 10 businesses fail. So 4 out of 10 businesses here along the Suncoast, if we were hit by a major hurricane, would no longer exist after the hurricane moves on through, which is hard to believe unless you have a plan for the recovery process there. Well, the dry air is in place. We could use a little bit of rainfall around, no tropical storm or anything, but a tropical disturbance wouldn't be bad for us here to help us out with our deficit, which since October is about a foot below average in terms of rain here over the past several months. 87 now in Jacksonville. It's still hot, 93 in Orlando. Right near the coast, that sea breeze has made its way into Lakewood Ranch. Just an hour ago, they were at 89 degrees. You were at 89. It's still 90 at Mayaca City, 90 in Arcadia, 94 in Sebring, and 81 in Manasota Beach. The evening planner looks to be pretty comfortable, although warm. Temperatures in the low 70s and fair skies, a little bit of fog forming late tonight and tomorrow morning. Well, more in the forecast and Some rain could get into the weather picture by early next week. Details on that coming up in just a few minutes. Back to you.
Thank you, Bob. Those convicted of killing or trying to kill a first responder could face harsher sentences under new legislation by Congressman Vern Buchanan. The U.S. House Judiciary Committee is approving the Thin Blue Line Act. It would make the murder or attempted murder of police officers, firefighters, or other first responders an aggravating factor in determining whether the death penalty should be given. It comes as the number of police officers who were killed in shootings increased by more than 50% nationally last year. The bill will head to the full House for a vote next month.
Sarasota County and city commissioners are agreeing to work together on a plan to solve the homeless crisis in the area. Both governments have had a hard time finding common ground on how to improve the situation. ABC 7's Rick Adams joins us now live from Central Avenue in Sarasota near the Salvation Army with more on the story. Rick?
Yeah, Scott, this is an area where there are a lot of homeless folks. They may be getting some relief very soon. The city and the county have agreed to work together and focus on a permanent supportive housing approach. As part of this plan, the Salvation Army would increase the number of shelter beds for temporary housing, which then would lead to more permanent housing elsewhere. During the time the homeless different organizations to help improve their overall health, including mental health.
The county and the city have reached an agreement where there will be increased number of shelter beds, but people will only be sheltered for 30 days or less on the way to permanent housing. Housing first means that you start with housing and provide wraparound services.
And Chapman went on to say that the homeless numbers have gone down. We'll have a lot more on this coming up tonight at 11 o'clock. Reporting live from Sarasota, I'm Rick Adams. Back to you.
All right, Rick, thank you so much. Still to come in your Suncoast News tonight, a battle over death penalty cases continues in the state capitol as Governor Scott responds to allegations he violated the state constitution.
And a fight between students and staff at one local high school. It sounds like trouble, but it's all for a good cause. We'll show you what Booker High School has planned.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. ABC 7's own Chef Judy serves up her favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blog, step-by-step videos, and Suncoast Restaurant Guide. You'll find it all at mysuncoast.com/dining.
This is an important medical announcement. Xarelto and Pradaxa have been linked to uncontrollable bleeding and even death. If you've been prescribed one of these drugs and have experienced these dangerous side effects, you may be entitled to substantial compensation. Studies show that Pradaxa can cause more heart attacks than warfarin, and other countries have already issued safety warnings against this drug. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. The call is confidential, there's no cost, and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to Pradaxa victims, and thousands of Xarelto victims are filing their legal cases. Call the Drug Watch hotline if you or a loved one used Xarelto or Pradaxa and experienced uncontrollable bleeding, brain hemorrhage, or even death. You must call now.
Call 800-793-6055. 800-793-6055.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
I like all the money I save with Ace Rewards.
And what's not to like? On any day, Byron can find instant savings throughout the store, plus exclusive deals and points that'll all add up.
Ace is the place that rewards you in a million ways. That's hyperbole, but still, it's a lot.
Thank you. We'll see you next time.
Don't miss these April Red Hot Buys. 6 convenient Sarasota locations and now open in Bradenton, Northport, and soon Osprey.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, Contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Fights at school aren't that uncommon, but one at Booker High School is getting teachers involved, but it's all for a good cause.
As ABC7's Bobeth Yates tells us, Booker High School's wrestling program is doing just that, with help from a new coach, getting some attention with the school's wrestling program.
Schools are often thinking of creative ways to raise funds, and Booker High is definitely thinking outside of the box. They will be hosting a WrestleMania event, but that's not the only thing unique about their wrestling program.
Initially, when she applied for the job, I wasn't real sure, because it's like, okay, how's this going to go? A female on a male wrestling team, but it's been a phenomenal decision.
Booker High School Athletic Director Phil Helmuth is talking about the move to hire Lisa Lyon to head their wrestling program. Lyon is taking over for Coach Bill Pitts, who ran the program for about 10 years.
It was a little scary and intimidating at first, but I think what the team needs right now is a lot of things that I can help them with. It's a lot of programming, it's a lot of work skills and training skills.
Lyon says she also has the physical skills needed for wrestling.
My background is in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, which is how I ended up working out with the wrestling team anyway. And being the only person on staff at Booker High School that was also a coaching staff, it made a lot of sense to have that connection.
A belief students echoed.
She was already with us a year already before she accepted the job, and the whole team loved her, and it felt great.
It was just regular practice, just having a new coach. It was just the face changed, but everything felt normal.
But while the transition has been easy for athletes and Booker staff, Lyon has implemented some changes. Among them, a fundraising idea that has the entire school getting involved.
The event all started with one of our wrestlers challenging the behavior specialist to a match over tardies. So from there, it's kind of evolved into this monster.
Booker is now hosting its own version of a UFC fight. It includes teachers against teachers and even student wrestlers against school staff for a total of 7 matches.
The idea started kind of small, and it just keeps getting bigger and bigger.
The WrestleMania event will be May 5th in Booker High's gym right behind me. Bobeth Yates, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
Thank you, Bobeth. Should be interesting.
Yep, we'll see. Your forecast for the weekend ahead is right after this.
These are our heroes. They have sacrificed so much to serve our country. And now Granny Nannies is truly honored to serve them. We're here and we're ready to help. Call us today.
But is it? It's really just the beginning, right? Have you written a book and want it published but don't know where to start? You're not alone. Page Publishing cuts through the confusion that most new authors face, like copyright protection, barcodes, printing, and digital uploading. We will get your book into bookstores now. We guide you through the publishing maze and help you distribute and sell your work in hard copy and ebook formats. That's right, we will digitize and place your book for sale on Amazon, Apple iBooks, and Google, offering it to millions. Don't waste another minute. Most publishers won't even look at new author submissions, but we're different. We review your book and provide you feedback in about a week. If we decide to publish your book, your work ends and ours begins. From copy editing and proofing to typesetting and book cover art, our team gets you into bookstores fast.
Call for your free author submission kit at 800-425-5308.
What to do when your heating or air conditioning needs service or, heaven forbid, replacement? Call Air Now today. We've been serving Sarasota and Manatee County since 1946. We offer $49.95 tune-ups, lease or finance options, and remember, service today or it's free.
It's the season of savings right now during the spring clearance event at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Come shop the Suncoast's largest selection of new Jeep Wranglers, or stop by today and drive away in a 2017 Jeep Cherokee for just $18,999. And for a limited time, get America's best value, a new Dodge Journey for as little as $16,599. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
Granny Nannies, we provide your loved ones with the care they deserve, compassionate and experienced help right where you need it most, at home. Visit us at GrannyNannies.com.
A helping hand and a gentle heart.
Wow, you better hope your AC was working today, huh?
No kidding.
I'm seeing a lot on social media, too, that the ACs are failing in some cases. We have a gentleman here that's failing, too. And you know, maybe just because it's gone through the winter, and the winter wasn't all that
it was
cold. It was pretty warm. The ACs
were
cranking then, too. But I think since the temperatures are so hot, they're working extra overtime lately. And it looks like that will stay with us, too, over the upcoming days. I wanted to show you the Myakka City webcam, although you can't feel the temperature there. It got up to 98 degrees, nearly a record high across parts of the Suncoast as a result of the southeast wind, and that southeast wind will continue with the exception of the west coast breeze developing each and every afternoon over the upcoming days, so coastal locations won't be nearly as scorching. That frontal boundary that you see right there, a little cold front, that continues to bring some rainfall to Georgia. The Panhandle has had their fair share of rainfall all winter and spring now. It's just that all these fronts have gotten down close to us and fade away, and we don't see the shower and thunderstorm activity that we would normally see during the winter and early spring. Now, some storm system out west developing will eventually send a little bit better front our way. That comes on Monday and brings us a slight chance for a few showers, but not much. Then another front comes down on Friday of next week, but no rain to speak of here. Some showers developing down in Cuba, and that would indicate that that's where more of the moisture is. There's just not enough moisture to generate storms here right now across central Florida. Whenever you get temperatures in the mid-90s here in the peninsula, in the interior portion of the state, typically storms will build, but there's just not the availability of the moisture in progress there. 82 degrees right now at the Sarasota Bradenton Airport. It's 73 on the dew point temperature, and the winds are out of the south-southwest at 13. The pressure is on the rise. The high today, 3 degrees above the average, and 92 the record high set back in 1999. Our record tomorrow is 92 too, so we'll see if we top that. We'll get a little closer to it tomorrow, I believe, as the sea breeze will have a little bit more time to develop later in the afternoon. The highs tomorrow in the upper 80s, even near the coast. We'll have partly cloudy skies. Now, there will be a little bit of fog in the morning. That fog will burn off at 9, 10 o'clock. You'll see some low clouds around, but generally the wind out of the south-southeast will keep the humidity high and the temperatures soaring into the low to mid-90s inland. And then that ridge kind of keeps all the rain well to the north of us from West Virginia stretching through Kentucky, Missouri, and out to the central United States. Here's the storm system, which will eventually crank a weak frontal system our way over on into Monday of next week. Now, the satellite and radar picture showing the storm system that has brought the heavy weather yesterday to the lower Mississippi Valley is now moving through parts of the mid-Mississippi Valley as well as into the Great Lakes. You can see some snow falling there in the upper peninsula of Michigan. Wisconsin had some snow earlier this morning, and then even some snow in the central and northern Rockies. Higher elevations there getting some snow showers. Temperature 77 in Philly, Boston cooler 53, 70 in Toronto, but notice temperatures in the 40s in Chicago, 46, 50 at Salt Lake City, 46 at Rapid City, and now it's 76 in Dallas, 82 in Houston, 88 in Phoenix, and in Atlanta temperatures into the 70s there and 69 in Macon. Well, for boaters tomorrow, it looks like this. Winds will be out of the southeast, turning to the south, then the southwest, right around 10 knots. It will have a light chop on the bays and inland waters. The water temperature now at 80 degrees and 86 for beaches tomorrow. A little bit warmer, just a mile inland from that. Low tide upcoming 9:15, sunset just 1 minute after 8. And sunrise will be at 6:53. Tonight, mostly fair, fog late, 70 for your low. And tomorrow, mostly sunny near record highs into the upper 80s within a mile or two of the coast. And then the extended forecast does call for that warm, summer-like weather to continue through Sunday. Slight chance for showers on Monday, and then a better chance for Thursday of next week. Scott?
All right, Bob, thank you. Governor Rick Scott is now responding to claims he violated the state constitution by taking away 24 cases from a state attorney. Scott says Ramos Ayala is wrong in her arguments that he does not have the authority to reassign her cases. The issue began last month when Ayala announced she would not seek the death penalty in her cases, including the case of Markeith Lloyd. Lloyd is accused of killing his pregnant ex-girlfriend as well as a police lieutenant in Orlando. The governor issued an executive order to remove her from Lloyd's case. Ayala is challenging those orders. The governor says Ayala had previously requested 6 unrelated cases to be reassigned to a different state attorney, contradicting her current stance.
Hi, I'm Linda Carson. Coming up on Suncoast Scene, we'll tell you how to sail into the best events of the weekend.
Tonight, the sprint to President Trump's 100th day. So much at stake. Taxes, healthcare, North Korea, a shutdown. So why should this milestone really matter to your family? This is Where America Turns. World News Tonight with David Muir.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. AndServices.com. AndServices.com.
Hi, I'm Chef Judy. Every Wednesday morning, I'll be with the chefs at the Publix Aprons Cooking School, serving up the most wonderful dishes. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast.
Why settle for less? Get more for your money at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Nobody beats Subaru in service, quality, vehicle quality, and overall quality. And ALG named Subaru the 2017 top brand for residual value. Now lease the most fuel-efficient vehicle in its class, a new Subaru Outback for just $229 a month. Or get 0% financing with complimentary maintenance included. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate
or shop at Goodwill,
I'm creating a job.
I am Goodwill, yeah, yeah.
When you want to get away from it all, to a place where you can do everything, or nothing at all, surrounded by natural beauty and all the modern amenities you might desire, then you'll want to be here at the Wanna Be Inn on the beautiful shores of Manasota Key, Florida. To plan your escape, log on to wannabeinn.com.
At Bacon Furniture's spring clearance event, we've slashed prices on our most popular styles. Look for the red balloon for the biggest savings. Save 30, 50, even 70% off throughout the showroom. Bedrooms, dining rooms, sofas, chairs, recliners, and so much more. All at the lowest prices of the season. Don't miss the spring clearance event going on now only at Bacon's Furniture and Design in Sarasota. Nobody beats Bacon's.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. AndServices.com. AndServices.com.
Just because our tourist season is over, don't sit back in your easy chair just yet.
Some really big events are scheduled for the weekend. ABC7's Linda Carson has more in Suncoast Scene.
The 66th annual parade steps off from Manatee High School Saturday night at 6:30, heading down Manatee Avenue. You do not want to miss this one. This is the biggest thing of the year in Manatee County.
We're expecting over 100,000 people to be on the streets of Manatee County. We have 150 beautiful lighted floats that'll be heading down the roadway, and crews from all over the United States, some from as far as South Dakota.
And marching bands.
We have the three Manatee High School bands. Bayshore and Southeast are combining to one band. And then we have two performing bands, Big Daddy Band and Whiskey Blind, that'll be performing along the route.
The 39th annual Siesta Fiesta is coming to Siesta Village this weekend. It's Saturday and Sunday from 10 to 5, and admission is free. More than 200 artists and crafters will take part. And the full Monty is at the Manatee Performing Arts Center.
It's about an out-of-work group of factory workers out in Buffalo who can't make ends meet, so they decide that they see a stripper making all of this money, and they think that they can do it as well.
The actors say it's not easy going full Monty on stage, but...
The show is so good that I thought, okay, if I want to do this show and actually act in it, I'm going to have to get past any kind of uncomfortable feelings I may have about going the full Monty. It's totally worth it.
At the Manatee Performing Arts Center through May 7th. And the Sarasota Ballet closes its season with ballets by three of the greatest choreographers of all time.
We've got Dame Nanette de Valois and George Balanchine, who both danced with the Ballet Russe. Independently created, Dame Nanette de Valois created English ballet by founding the Royal Ballet. And of course, Mr. Balanchine came to America and created the New York City Ballet.
And to top it off, Jerome Robbins Ballet Fancy Free. Fancy Free is great fun for the dancers.
There's 3 of us, and we each have a different role to take on. One's a bit of a bulldog, kind of a runt. One's a nice southern boy, and one's like the leader, cool guy, kind of like, I don't know, he's more laid back and ladies' man.
Wow, you certainly don't want to miss that. The Sarasota Ballet's last program of the season. It opens Friday night. It continues Saturday for 2 performances with a matinee on Sunday. And it's right here at the Sarasota Opera House. Linda Carson, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Thank you, Linda.
Ton to do. Again,
Always.
this weekend.
Yeah, lots to do this weekend. Stay cool, stay hydrated, wear light colored, loose-fitting clothing. That's always the best advice, and enjoy.
And
stay close to the water.
Sunscreen.
That's
Yep.
right.
Yeah, good advice. World News Tonight with David Muir is coming up next.
And we'll see you tonight at 11. Have a wonderful evening.
Introducing the all-new Alfa Romeo Giulia, a performance masterpiece. Race-inspired handling and lightning-fast response times take your drive to the next level. Find yours at Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
The agents at SWC would like to show you pictures of all the homes that they've sold quickly for their clients. But they're just too many to show. Contact SWC today and find out for yourself. We just market your home better.
This is an important medical announcement. Bard IVC filters have been linked to punctured veins and problems with migration. Anyone who's received a Bard IVC filter must receive medical monitoring and may be entitled to substantial compensation. If you have the Bard Recovery G2 or G2 Express filter, you are in a class of patients who should be compensated for some expenses. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. This call is confidential. There's no cost and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to people who should have been warned about the risks of the Bard IVC filters. Call the IVC Filter Hotline if you or a loved one has received an IVC filter and experienced a vein puncture or required medical monitoring. You must call now.
Call 800-329-3089. 800-329-3089.
Everyone loves a bright and cheerful smile. Not everyone can find the dental care they need and can afford. Now there's a place nearby where anyone can receive professional quality dental care at an affordable cost. The LECOM School of Dental Medicine in Lakewood Ranch is now accepting patients. You will receive your care in comfortable, state-of-the-art treatment rooms. To schedule your appointment, please call the LECOM Dental Group practices, 941-405-1600. We will be happy to see you smiling again.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
The Wild Broadway series at the Players Center brings you the classic farce, Boeing, Boeing. It's the 1960s, and our swingin' bachelor is juggling 3 beautiful stewardesses from 3 competing airlines. But what happens when Boeing produces a faster plane? Comedy ensues. Call the Players at 365-2494 or visit us online at theplayers.org. Opening April 26th, it's Boeing, Boeing.
Giulia from Alfa Romeo. Appearance. Performance. Power. Find yours at Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.